This is the 3 p.m. Takeover, Radio Northern Beach's only drive-home show.
Keep it right here for a whole hour of fresh hits and entertainment for your Wednesday afternoon.
Here we go.
This is Crazy in Love by Beyonce featuring Jay-Z.
Welcome to the last 3 p.m. Takeover of the year, which seems like such a crazy thing to say.
Although we've only been going since August, but it kind of feels like ever.
True. But we've been doing
Can't remember
a show,
my life for that radio.
A show once a week for I can't count now, 3-4 months?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That sounds right.
That's pretty awesome. So thanks for joining us along the ride.
How exciting. I'm excited for 2016. This year is dragged on.
Yeah, mine's been pretty balanced. Normally I'm oh, it's the worst year ever. But this year,
so melodramatic.
Well, but normally this year's been really there's been some really high points and also really painful low points, uni assessments. But I don't know, I feel like I've had quite a good year. I'm happy with it.
I've had a so-so year. I've had better years, but I've probably had worse years. It's been an average year. But I've had bits that have gone really quickly and bits that have been really slow. But good things have happened. We both finished uni.
We both started a radio show.
Well, that kind of just makes it the best year ever, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm quite happy this year is ending because that means uni is ending, forever for me.
And it means we're heading into year number 2 of our radio show.
Woo!
If we're going off years, not amount of time running.
Yeah. Who's keeping count?
No
Us,
one.
but no one else. But 2016 is going to be a pretty exciting year because there's some pretty cool things that are happening. I'm well into space, and there's a couple of really big space things that are happening for NASA.
Oh, really? I like space things.
So in July, the Juno spacecraft is expected to arrive at Jupiter.
Finally.
I know, isn't
When
that
did that
exciting?
leave?
It left a while ago, but it wasn't going straight for Jupiter. It was it was
went via,
orbiting,
yeah.
and it was surveying a bunch of its moons.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been surveying 3 or 4 moons for a few years.
Which is really cool. But it's cool that we're finally going to learn more about
Get there,
Jupiter.
yeah.
And the Olympics are happening again.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's already been 4 years.
Rio. South America. That's exciting.
I'm so excited for it. And I actually know someone who will be running I believe she's in the relay.
That's really cool.
She's a Northern Beaches resident. She's from Narrabeen.
Ooh. I know a couple
Yeah.
of people too. We've got...
Oh, that's because you're involved in the sports scene.
But only in
I
winter
don't know
sport.
any sport people, so it's very exciting for me.
I know 2 people actually from the Northern Beaches who we went to school with. They're going to be at the Olympics next year, which is really cool.
What sport are they representing Australia in?
Well, like you said, relay and rugby sevens.
Wow.
Cool. Props to the Beaches.
That's
for
so
producing
exciting.
Olympians.
I'm so excited to cheer them on and actually be I know that person rather than just go Australia.
I know it's going to be a leap year,
Yep.
which always frustrates me because it means I wait an extra day for my birthday. And I know that everyone does. Someone has this argument with me every year. Everybody waits an extra day, but I feel it the most because my birthday is the 1st of March.
Or you just get to be younger for one day longer.
No, but usually what happens is it gets to Friday.
It's like youth revival.
And then it leaps over the weekend and I never have a weekend birthday.
Aww.
Always happens.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But it's more
leaping
fun.
over again this year.
It's more fun when you have your birthday at your job or at school because everyone's wishing you have a birthday and you get cake.
Yeah, I was always that person. I always had
Yeah.
a birthday at school.
Yeah.
I think it'd be boring to have a summer holidays birthday.
I have friends who had summer holidays birthdays. It meant if they had a party, often half the people couldn't come because they're away.
Yeah, because they're doing things, which is really
sucks.
lame.
Yeah.
But we want to know what you're doing for 2016. So let us know by writing on our Facebook page, facebook.com/the3pm takeover. And we want to hear all about your plans for the new year.
Maybe you're thinking, I need to go to California and dress like Katy Perry and dance around. Well, here's some prep for you. It's California Girls by Katy Perry.
Welcome back to the 3 p.m. Takeover on Radio Northern Beaches, 88.7 and 90.3. That was Katy Perry.
All
She
her
is
songs
fun.
are super summer vibe, very...
Yeah, and she's one of the only
Yeah.
really popular female singers that men also really openly like, I find. Lots of
Yeah.
men are really into
That's
Katy
a good
Perry.
point.
In terms of her singing, not her as a person. Well, her too, but
That's a good point. I never thought
You know
about
what
that.
I mean. Anyway, I'm moving on from that.
You teased me in the song with this story you wanted to tell, but you're have to wait till I'm on air. So now I just am living in suspense.
Well, you are. As it's nearly New Year and we have double demerits at the moment, they're going over the weekend, there's a lot of crazy driving that goes on, right? And, at this time of the year, there's always those reports on the news about, how many people were speeding and what demographic and that kind of stuff. All those roadworthy statistics come out at this time of year. And I was thinking about people that aren't very good drivers or people that do weird things on the road. I saw the weirdest thing happen the other day, which I thought I would share with all of you because it was on the Northern Beaches. I was down near Wakehurst Parkway and I was at that intersection near Bantry Bay where you go sort of onto a Lambie and then one side is Wakehurst Parkway where it crosses with Warringah Road. Mm-hmm. That intersection there, somebody was reversing, and I thought that they just, when you go too far and you sometimes reverse a little bit back and it's not your time to go.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing that until they kept reversing right from that intersection back to almost where 7-Eleven was. So they reversed at least 15 meters and everyone was like, beep, beep, beep. And they just kept reversing. And they were reversing at like a solid like 50 or 60 Ks an hour. And I could see because I was waiting at the lights on Wakehurst Parkway to go there. And they were just like whoosh, like zooming along backwards. And I didn't see what happened because I ended up like having to move. But they were still reversing like nearly 20 meters later.
That's ridiculous.
And it's so dangerous. And I was like, what is going on?
I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but have you ever had the moment where like you're waiting at the lights and the person in front's done thing where they reverse back because they're too far out?
Yeah.
And they leave their car in reverse?
Yeah.
And so you're stressed like the whole red light. You're like, what if they've forgotten? And you're like hands like ready on the horn to be like, as soon as they move to like beep in case they haven't realized because you don't want them to like reverse re-end you, like front end you. Like.
Front end you.
And then of course always happens it goes green, they just like change into drive and drive off and you're like, put it in drive.
And why weren't you just sitting in drive? Why did you sit in reverse?
Why did it make me stress for like a couple of minutes? Oh gosh.
That's so true though. That's so strange. I saw the other day someone who turned a corner but then decided that they didn't want to and like backed back around into the intersection and went straight ahead.
What?
And I was like, you can't do that. You need to keep going and like turn around somewhere else.
You can't just like, oh, I want to go backwards. Like it's not like toy cars. It's a real car.
It's an
There's
actual
other
car.
people.
You can't just reverse around. I've seen such weird driving on the Northern Beaches in the last few weeks. And I swear it always happens around this time of year. It gets to Christmas and people are just so crazy and they're in a rush. And do you notice there are so many more cars in December than the rest of the year?
No, I don't notice, but I'm sure there
That's
are.
the thing.
I feel like I want to agree, but
in December, I'm late because there's so many cars everywhere.
Oh, see, I don't notice that because I'm just often late anyway.
Just adds to it.
Yeah.
What were we talking about this the other week?
Yep. I think every second
punctual.
week it comes up that you and I are both not the most punctual of people. If you missed that segment, you can catch it up on I'm just going to subtly plug us, on our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/the3pm takeover. Our last 5 shows are usually up there. So if you're like, what are they on about? Punctuality, you can check it out.
Yeah, and you can get to what we're saying sooner because SoundCloud does not include the music. So it's just us talking. So it's a little bit shorter than the hour-long show.
Yeah.
So if you want to go back and listen to certain segments again because you missed us on Wednesday and on Friday, which is crazy. I mean, you have 2 choices.
But we forgive you.
You should be able to tune in. But
December gets busy. You're
We
probably
know
just
you're
driving
busy.
and reversing around main highways. So it's fine. We forgive you.
as you listen to us in the car, we do hope you're not doing anything strange or seeing anything strange.
Let's head into another song.
We're going to have a little bit of Mr. Worldwide.
Excellent. And the song is about being worldwide.
Oh, it is.
International love.
And how does he say pitbull? Pitbull.
I don't
Something
know.
like that.
I've never noticed how he says it.
Yeah.
I've never noticed more drivers in December or the way Pitbull says his name. I'm so unobservant today.
Well, listen up. You might just hear it. We'll be right back after this.
Hope you had fun on that little international trip around the world with Pitbull and Chris Brown.
Even though we only went to like Lebanon, Greece,
Miami and New York.
and Romania.
That's fairly international. It's very Northern Hemisphere.
I was like, where's the Southern Hemisphere at in that song? God.
Maybe they'll do like a part 2 and they'll go to like South America and
Sydney.
Indonesia and stuff. Yeah.
Indonesia.
Why not? Anyway,
why not?
Welcome back to Radio Northern Beaches and the 3pm Takeover. You know what's coming up in a couple of days?
New Year.
Woo woo! And there's lots of different ways people celebrate and party, and some people don't party at all, which is totally... The older I get, the more I understand that.
Oh, I know, right? I got older and I was like, it's really not as exciting as I thought it was. But I'm not going out and partying this year.
Yeah, I think I went out last year, but I was at like a friend's place. So it was like I was out, but not like out.
Oh.
I was totally okay with it. And I slept over at that friend's place, so I was like, I don't have to work out how to get home.
Or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going overseas on Friday, so I'm not going out on New Year's Eve because I have to be at the airport at like 5 a.m.
I think you can just party through and just stay up.
Clearly.
I think that would be the responsible thing to do.
Funnily enough, though, this is actually the 3rd New Year in like recent times that I've gone overseas on New Year's Day.
But if you are staying in Sydney and you are planning on partying, we have a couple of like safety tips because I'm all for a good party, but I want everyone to stay safe and actually make it to 2016.
Yeah, so you can keep listening to the show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't overdo it, kids.
So a really important one is to know how you're getting home.
That's
Like-
always, isn't that
Yeah.
what the police always say? Like when they release their like safety sheets for events, that you need to plan how you're getting home.
No, completely. It is one of the most crucial things. And because half the time you don't even think about it. You're like, oh yeah, I'll get home. But it's really important to know, because if you're like, oh, I'm just going to catch a train, you need to check that the train still goes.
Yeah,
Because sometimes they
do
just stop at like
usually
1 a.m. Yeah. So check that. And if you're going with someone, make sure that they are properly being a designated driver, not just saying they will and they have a couple of drinks. Because
Yeah, make sure it's somebody that you trust.
yeah. And if you're the driver, do not drink. Full stop. Even if you're like, I'll have one at the start of the night and it'll be off by then, just don't drink.
Especially not on New Year's.
Yeah. Because
I mean, that
everyone
kind of thing
else
generally, yeah.
everyone else is driving stupid, don't join them.
You know, generally if you are fully licensed, obviously you can have one drink and drive, but in this situation it's not very wise because you don't know who's on the road, especially at New Year, and you really need to have your wits about you.
Yeah.
So you need extra concentration.
Definitely. And if you're with friends, make sure you know where they are. Look out for each other.
Oh, when you lose a friend, that's so awkward.
Do if
That
need
happened to
be-
us one New Year. We got separated through a fence and we were like, no.
Oh, that's right. It felt like we were being like separated in like some dystopian future.
It was so
It was so
crazy.
weird. And that lady was like, oh, it's like the Holocaust. And we're like, no.
That was still like one of the scariest things ever. They just like plonked a huge metal gate in between us and people were scaling the gate. It was scary
Yeah.
as. That
Looking
was
back-
coming back from the city on New Year's, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was this side of the bridge, but we were from Blues Point.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, I've never seen so many people like fill the street and just
I've never seen
Yeah.
people like so angry at being like kept in one spot.
yeah.
Like, you know, you see people queuing and waiting and stuff and people will get a bit touchy, but people were like furious. I think obviously it's fueled by alcohol, but even so.
Yeah. Like if need be, do like a buddy system. I know it's very primary school, but
No, buddies are good if you have a big group.
And and if it's a big group, do a buddy system with like a person you don't normally, like if it's a friend that you'll walk off with and chat or whatever, don't have them as your buddy, because then if you both go off then your group's going to lose you. Have a buddy with like some person you
you don't
never
talk
talk
to as
to.
much.
Yeah, just to keep safer. That's my little like buddy tip.
Pick like your friend's boyfriend's brother, you know.
Yeah, pick the person you met for the first time that night.
Sounds good.
And it's a good thing because then you'll learn their name quicker because they're your buddy.
And you'll make a new friend
Yeah.
for the new year.
And watch your drink. If you're going out if you're going to a club or even like a really big house party and you don't know many people, watch your drink. If you put your drink down, get a new drink. Don't pick it back up, because there are some awful people out there with some awful drugs and it's just not worth the risk.
And don't be one of those people flopped on Bondi Beach on New Year's morning being filmed by all the breakfast TV shows. You don't want to
Yeah.
be that person
After
with sand all over their face.
I think it's after 3 drinks, try and have half a glass to a whole glass of water between every drink. Even if you down the glass of water,
I thought that was kind of like from the first drink you're supposed to drink one glass of water.
I usually do it from like the second or third.
Oh,
but
I
I'm
suppose.
a really slow drinker. So, but my last New Year's was pretty big, but I remember every single part of it, even though I drank just as much as everyone else, because after like 3 drinks, I just like downed a glass of water between. I was at a friend's house, so they had a
I don't
tap.
remember New Year last year.
Oh, that's because you didn't have water.
No, I was gonna say not because I drank too much, but because it was really boring.
Oh,
No,
That's even
actually,
worse.
no, that was the year before. I remember last year's New Year. I was at a friend's house as well, like at a friend's apartment. It was good.
and if you're underage, just don't drink. Don't risk it. Have a lemonade. I know it sucks, but wait a couple of years and you'll be of age and you can do as much stupid stuff as you want within the law. But just don't risk it.
careful.
Cops are out. You don't want to spend the last like couple of hours of 2015
In
with like
jail.
a fine. Yeah, that's not how you want to start a year.
And if you, on a lighter note though, if you're looking for a great way to go out and have a nice time on New Year's Eve and you're a resident of the Northern Beaches, Manly is one of my favourite places to go for New Year. I grew up going there every year with my parents and it's really nice. You sit along the front and there's so many families there with children of all ages, and there's this really cool like African drum group that walk along the front and like do all these really cool things, and people on stilts and like fun things to buy, and everybody swims and people just sit there, and you can bring alcohol, but you know, I've never seen anybody drunk there. And you have a perfect view of the 9 p.m. fireworks from the city. You can see them. And you can also see the really great 9 o'clock fireworks at Manly. And you can stay until midnight, and sort of half the crowd leaves at 9 and half go at midnight. So it's actually quite easy to get home. Like you can park like within a 10-minute walk. But there
Yeah.
are still so many people, and that's a really great and safe way to spend New Year. There are a couple of really nice bars if you're old enough. So I would recommend heading to Manly if you're on the beaches and you're looking for a great spot.
Yeah, I've done Manly a few times. It's pretty
It's
beautiful.
really
down there.
nice.
And if you're a little further up around like Collaroy and Narrabeen, I think it's over I don't know which beach they go over, but I was sitting on a headland because it's such like a
Oh, I
hilly
think it's
area.
Warriewood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see there's
That Warriewood and Narrabeen headland.
yeah, there's some lovely fireworks at 9 o'clock and at midnight as well.
Yeah, you see the whole view.
And
The
if
beach
you're
is good.
and if
You
you're on
see
one of the
everything.
headlands, you can like see so far.
Yeah,
so it doesn't
yeah.
matter where you are, you can see them.
Yeah, and forecast is hopefully set to be clear, so you will be able to see them.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see them anyway because they'll be below the clouds.
Well, you know what I mean. You'll be able to see the ones in the distance.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was going for. They're below. Fireworks this year are above cloud level. Get ready.
what I've always wanted to do is there's always one train that goes over the harbour bridge
I know.
as the fireworks go off. That is like my dream to be on that train once in
You
my
know
life.
what though? I thought about that, and I was talking to a couple of police about it last year while I was like waiting to go to the bathroom. Because, you know, you queue for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And they were telling me about it, and they were saying it's actually becoming an issue. They're thinking of stopping it because
Everyone
people
wants to do
will
it.
block the platforms at Milson's Point and at Wynyard trying to get on a train to go across at the right time.
Wow.
It's become like quite an issue. So they're thinking of actually stopping trains like 5 minutes before and not resuming until like 5 after.
Oh no,
I know.
my dream will never come true.
It won't. But never mind.
What a sad note to end on.
Back to the Northern Hemisphere, we're going to have a little bit of Eric Prides. I can't say it. Prids. I don't know.
I don't.
He's
think
Swedish.
Do I know this song?
Everyone knows this song. It's this
Okay.
song. Everyone knows it, but you don't know what it's called. But now you do. It's called Call on Me. Welcome back to the 3 p.m. Takeover, Radio Northern Beaches, 88.7 and 90.3.
It's a little bit of applause for you at the end.
I know. Cheering because Megan Trainor is that good.
Yeah.
She is good, although she's only had like 3 songs.
And we just were talking about how she's my age or just a little bit younger than me or something ridiculous. Like, what
Yeah,
have
she
I
is
done
really
with my
young and
life?
She's really successful.
I'm not like a top Billboard artist. Oh, I haven't done anything. Although, wait, I have a radio show. That's right.
I know. I don't think Megan Trainor has one, does she?
Yeah, she's just
not
on
as
lots
good.
of radio shows.
But she doesn't host one, so she's not as good.
It's true.
So, as it is nearly New Year, I thought we would talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions. And I'm trying to remember, someone was telling me about the origins of New Year's resolutions actually not that long ago. And it was something along the lines of, it started like ages ago, maybe in the 16 or 1700s, like a really long time ago. And it was just a way for people to like, it started people sitting down and planning out what they do for the next year. And from that, it sort of developed into what did they want to do? And then like, how could they, you know, potentially better themselves the next year? So it just developed from people like sitting down and planning their year. Because in those days, people obviously didn't have enough events to need to plan continuously. They could sit down on January 1st and just write out their whole year clearly.
I
But,
thought
you
it
know.
was. I thought it was just because it's like a new year, like a new start, a fresh
Yeah,
start.
it is. But I didn't know that had originated
yeah.
from so long ago.
I'd never thought about its origins. My brain was like, it's a thing. Never mind its origins.
Fair enough.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions you've started thinking of?
Well, when we were talking about it a few weeks ago, I said that I was looking for a new job. So that is still a New Year's resolution for me. And aside from that, my New Year's resolution is to move out of home successfully.
Ooh,
Note the word successfully, not just move out.
nice attention to detail.
Well, when I say successfully, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. It'll be like easy to afford it. And then the next day I'm like, I'll never afford it. Like I'm going to just have to like live in a gutter. I don't know.
It's called budgeting. You'll
But
be fine.
the next day I'll be like, but plenty of people do it. Like people that aren't even employed, I'll be fine. But then again, the next day I'll be like, no, I'll never do it. I'll have to move to like Brisbane or somewhere where it's like way cheaper.
You're really seesawing between those emotions, aren't you?
It is a constant battle.
Goodness me. No, you just got a budget. That's all it's all about, isn't it?
Talking of seesaws, quick tangent. I was thinking earlier about how Americans call them teeter-totters.
Wait, what?
They call them teeter-totters.
I have never heard it called a teeter-totter, which is really strange.
But then they call little potatoes tater tots. So if you're eating potatoes on a seesaw, you're eating tater totters on a teeter totter. Isn't that confusing?
Oh gosh, that's like one of those like
Tater
red
tots on
leather,
my
yellow
teeter
leather.
totter.
Those red leather, yellow leather. Those like things you say really quickly to like warm your like
tongue
like a tongue
twisters?
twister, but like also like to warm your like your
To warm
voice
your
up.
voice up, yeah.
That's funny. Oh gosh,
Like this one, try and say Irish wristwatch,
Irish wristwatch.
but then like keep saying it.
Irish wristwatch, Irish wristwatch, Irish wristwatch.
Damn it! Irish
Can you do it?
Irish wristwatch, Irish wristwatch, Irish wristwatch. Oh, it's kind of. But then I think I practiced when I was a kid. I can say it maybe like 4 or 5 times.
You practiced as a kid?
Yeah, I was hugely into tongue twisters when I was a child. Like I couldn't get enough of them. And so I was doing them all the time. And my dad was really precise. He wanted to make sure that I always spoke properly. So he would make me practice them like before he fed me in the morning.
That's so weird.
Before breakfast, he'd like make me practice all these speech exercises.
No breakfast until you can talk like a proper person.
But you know, it paid off because I wouldn't be on the airwaves otherwise.
Hey, I'm on the airwaves and I did not do that as a kid. I was playing with like
But you
yowies
can.
and stuff.
What is a yowie?
You know, there's little chocolates and it's like a Kinder Surprise but in the shape of like an animal. But it's like this
Oh.
weird trolley thing and then there's a little animal toy inside and like a little fact sheet. You
I
know
did not know
You know
that,
how I
but
know
that
so much about
sounds
animals?
cool.
I used to collect yowies and have little fact sheets and learn all about them.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm all about them zoological creatures.
Oh, well, that explains why I don't know that much about animals.
Megan Trainor's all about that base. I'm all about zoology.
Fair enough. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I think I'm going to attempt to control my YouTube watching.
Oh, that's a big one.
I predict I will fail by January 3rd, but
2 days is better than none.
exactly. We'll see how I go. I feel like as the new year comes and I'll get less free time, like getting a full-time job and stuff, I feel like YouTube's going to drop in my priority list. But at the moment,
You'll find that you just actually don't have the time.
Yeah, usually like I'll get up and I'll watch a YouTube video from my new subscription feed, like as I have breakfast. That's
that
my
makes
morning routine. So, but that's because I can at the moment I have the luxury of like getting up and doing nothing. As
I
get
watch
lost in the
breakfast television like an older person. I don't know. I like breakfast TV. I'm thinking what other New Year's resolutions I have.
I think moving in successfully is quite a big one to begin with. Do
It
you
is
need
quite
any
a big
more?
one. Like starting like a new life where I'm not as dependent is a good. Well, I'm not very dependent now, but like when I don't.
I was gonna say
home,
you're not that dependent.
I'm not, but like when I don't live at home, you know, I rely on small things like food in the fridge, which might not be a thing when I.
I rely on small things like food.
But this is the thing though. Oh my gosh, I did live at home when I lived overseas. And that would always happen. I'd just sit down and be like, great, I'm going to have some food. Then I'd be like, there is no food. Why not? Then I'd be like, oh, yeah, it was me. I didn't get it.
The only person to blame is myself.
I know. It's so disappointing.
I have that if I'm ever like home alone for a couple of weeks and I have to do the shopping, I'll be like, oh, I really want a snack. And I'll open the cupboard and be like,
Where's the snack food?
Yeah, there's no snacks because I was like, I'll be really diligent and only get like what's on my list. And I'll get home and be like, I didn't buy snacks.
And then you have to turn like regular food into snack food. It's not as fun.
So much more effort.
My other resolution, and I was just thinking because next up on the show we're going to play Taylor Swift, and she was here a few weeks ago doing concerts, and I was thinking my New Year's resolution is to go to a concert.
To be in her squad? Oh.
No, not to be in her squad.
That's mine.
It's to go to a concert 'cause I haven't been to one in like quite a long time.
Well, Coldplay's coming out next year, aren't they?
We'll
We'll go to Coldplay.
I'm so excited. I think they're coming out. Oh, that would be like my dream.
We'll make it. Well, we've always seen them together, so your dream's already been achieved. But
We don't play nearly enough Coldplay on the
we'll
show.
re-achieve it.
We need to play more Coldplay.
We should.
Because
We
they're
will.
just great. We
We
definitely
will.
will.
That could be the 3 p.m. Takeovers resolution.
More Coldplay.
Coldplay.
More of what we want. As
Yeah.
well as more of what you want.
Yeah, you guys, please keep sending in suggestions because we've loved all the ones we've received so far. Because you guys will suggest a song and we'll be like, yes, that song. How did we forget about that song?
Totally. And
It's been awesome.
the first week that we have back in February after our summer series will be a special show. We know exactly what it's going to be, so stay tuned. We'll be telling you in a few weeks before it comes up. But that means we are now opening suggestions again for our first special show in March.
And if you guys don't suggest anything, we're just going to play the happy birthday song like 7 times because it's right around
It's
our
our
birthday.
birthdays. So we're going to do a birthday special. So you better jump in there so we don't do a birthday special.
Yeah. So yeah, please send us some awesome. We've gotten lots of awesome suggestions for all our past specials so far.
Yeah, we have. And
We've
have
been
a
really
few
impressed
songs.
with you guys. Some great ideas.
Totally. And if you have sent us a song request and you haven't heard it yet, don't worry. Your request has been heard. It's been filed away into a week where the song fits, especially if it's like from a different decade or it's not like the usual kind of stuff we play on the show. It's definitely going to get played. We just have to find the right week. And also that is the same with our local musicians. If you are a local musician and you want your music heard on community radio,
3 p.m. Takeover is the place to be for
Hit
it.
us up.
Yeah, we've already played a couple of local artists, and we might do a couple of more of their songs.
Yeah, and
Because they're both really talented, the two we've played so far.
We are, and we're getting ready. We're going to gear up and have a couple of interviews in the new year.
It's going to be so much fun.
Exciting. So
It could also go really wrong because we haven't done an interview yet, but
we'll be great.
fingers crossed.
We'll have to practice together.
Yes, we'll interview each other.
You.
That'll be fun. So look forward to that. And if you're someone of particular interest and you want to be interviewed, let us know and we'll see if you're famous enough.
And we'll decide. Leave it with us.
We'll judge you from a distance.
I have a New Year's resolution, and that
You
will
have
be.
so many resolutions.
I've had like 2.
I pick like one and I usually fail at it anyway. But I'm very like, part of me is like, if you really want to change something, like start a new habit or start something new, people who like wait for the new year to do that, it's like you can start that at any time.
You know what though? I'm not sure I actually believe in things like New Year's resolutions. It's like, even though I'm quite a sporty person and sports people are usually into things like this, I'm not into goals at all. I totally don't believe in goal setting. I know
really?
I know it's a thing that that so many people seem to love, but for me, I don't like setting goals because I don't want to be disappointed if I don't achieve them. Like obviously that's all about setting realistic goals.
I was going to say, isn't the point that like having the goal there pushes you to complete it?
Yeah, it does. But at the same time, I prefer to just, I guess, give myself, it almost is like goals. I just prefer to not call them goals and be like, it needs to be achieved by this date. My goal will be like to progressively do something, and it doesn't have any kind of completion date or any time it needs to be getting a lot better. I just want to progress. It's like I'm more general.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not like goal specific. Goals aren't my game.
I'm not very goal orientated. Like there's things that like I'll want to do and I'll want to achieve and I'll work towards them.
Yeah.
But I'll be sort of flexible with them and their timing and how they come about.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I never really thought about, I don't think I'm not a very sporty person. So like being goal orientated has never like come up
Yeah, that's
for me.
true.
Yeah.
You know who is goal oriented?
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, squad goals.
Her goal is to like take over the world.
I'm kind of okay with it.
She's getting pretty popular, isn't she?
She is. But again, I'm kind of okay with it. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of Taylor Swift with her exceedingly long titled song.
I know. I was just complaining about that in the break. It's such a long title.
We are never, ever, 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 ever getting back together.
Good song though. Good
Oh,
song.
yeah. It's good. I like that one. And if you haven't, we were saying, I really like the video clip as well. It's really cutesy and boppy and...
Most of her video clips are cute.
Yes.
What is the one where she is a ballerina, but then
Check
they're
It
all...
Off.
Oh yeah, and they're all doing ballet, and she's like rebelling, doing like contemporary dancing.
It's not that
in her
she's rebelling.
tutu.
It's that she just like can't do ballet. So she's like doing something else. I don't know.
It's so weird, that video. I don't know. It's the only one I remember.
Oh, really?
I've never been big into video clips.
No, but like, don't you just like see them? Like it comes up as a thing.
No.
Oh.
No, I never see them.
That's because you're like actually
I'm
out
busy.
living your life and I'm like at home, holed up on the internet.
The only time I'm likely to see video clip is if they're playing, you know, Rage or a show similar like that in like a cafe or in a small screen at the back.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only time I'd be likely. And even then, I'd be looking for like 30 seconds while I waited for an order.
And they're always like really old video clips.
Yeah, often. Like a early 2000s era.
Yeah. Oh, the classics.
In which case, I probably did see them because I watched them as a kid
Yeah.
because I used to like
And
video.
you're like, oh, flashbacks.
Memories.
It's not really summer until we have a sizzling summer session.
Oh, that's hard to say.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to trip over that. But so Hope and I are both away for the entirety of January. I know, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, it's okay because we're still going to sort of be here in spirit because we're having a sizzling
we
summer
will be
session.
here.
Yeah.
You still need to tune in like you do.
So there'll be more music. It'll be summer vibes, party music, even though I hate the word vibes for like good vibes and summer vibes.
I love the word vibes.
Ugh, I don't. It gets me. It irks me. Anyway.
It irks you.
We're gonna have
the word
like
irks me. It just sounds uncomfortable. How irksome. But anyway, please do make sure that you tune in to the show for the next 4 weeks in January. Like Victoria said, just a little bit more chilled, mostly music for our summer sessions, but we've picked out some really great playlists of songs for you, and we are all ready to go every Wednesday and Friday at 3 p.m. as usual.
So yeah, we won't actually be here, but we'll still be here, sort of. Only on Wednesdays and Fridays.
You know,
For 1 hour.
But while we're away, do make sure that you follow us on social media. especially on Twitter. R&B _ the 3pm takeover is our handle.
And tweet us and send us suggestions and well wishes and Happy New Year's and stuff.
And Instagram
is our handle or username thingo for that is the 3pm takeover. That's our new one. That's our newest one. So definitely get on board with that.
Weeks ago, so I love Instagram, so I'm excited for this.
And Facebook that's probably where like the bulk of our updates
Facebook
go
is the
to.
one.
And that's facebook.com/the 3pm takeover.
And if you would like to get in touch with us for any reason, especially if you are a local musician, make sure you shoot us an email, the 3pm takeover @outlook.com.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in now, welcome. And if you realise these girls are amazing.
If you're tuning in now, you missed out.
That's true. But you don't have to miss out because if you're thinking, this is the most amazing show my ears have ever been blessed with hearing, which we completely agree, then come back on Friday and hear us again. Or if it is Friday, hello, future Friday people, / it'll already be like 2016 when this repeats.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Happy New Year if you're listening on Friday.
But if you want to catch up on any of our previous shows, like we stated earlier today, it is on SoundCloud. We have our 5 latest shows, which is basically like the entirety of December and like a little bit of November. And that is soundcloud.com/the 3pm takeover.
And that still includes our country special. So if you loved that, make sure you go back on and listen to it again.
If only for hopes yeehawing.
Yeehawing, I think
Yeehawing.
Hey, so
yeehaw.
Since this show's been on Friday, does it mean we've already done our first show for next year?
No, it doesn't count because...
Oh.
No, it doesn't count. Stop it. No, because it's a repeat. I'm going to say it doesn't count.
Okay.
But that's a really good point, and now I'm really considering it. I don't know. Anyway.
Fair enough.
But how are we going to finish such a spectacular year off?
We are going to finish by doing our last ever activity of the week. And I have an activity of the week that you may find strange, but it's what I want to do this week. So that's what I'm going to recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I love that I'd forgotten about?
What?
Like blow up toys for the pool, like slides and like rings and things that you sit in, all those big floating chairs, or what are they called? Lilos?
Yeah.
Like the mat things.
They're fun.
Find one of them and relax on one of those and eat a Calippo, because that's what I always did when I was a child. And they have new Calippo flavours this summer, which I used to find incredibly exciting when I was a kid, and they brought out new flavours. What's your favourite Calippo?
I like the classic lemon one.
Oh, I like the raspberry and lemon one.
It always reminds me when we used to be zoo friends when my brother and I were little kids, and we used to go every. In my mind, it was like every week, but it was probably a lot less often than that. And we'd always
That's
finish.
why you know so much about animals.
Yeah, I was well into animals.
Zoo friends.
And
I've been to the zoo 3 times, and it was terrifying.
Oh my God, terrifying. Well, we used to always finish our trips with. It's now changed, but there used to be like little seats and stuff in front of like where the pelicans used to live on like a little boardwalk.
I know the area you mean.
We used to
sit
sit
court there now.
on the little like brick wall and like eat Calippo ice cream. It was a thing. We used to always end the day with that.
Calippos are so good.
Yeah.
So that's my
Memories in a
week.
tube.
My activity for the week, summer vibes. Favourite
That
word.
irks me.
Sit on one of those blow up things in a pool at the beach and have a Calippo, because
In the
that
pool
is
at the
what
beach?
summer is like. I said in the pool or at the beach.
Oh, okay.
Because I love doing that, and I think you should do that too.
My activity for the week is a little less strenuous on... Actually, no, yours wasn't strenuous. It was like lying on Lilo. We got to blow the toy up.
Oh, yeah.
Can
be strenuous.
I want you guys to go out there and try a new flavour of ice cream you've never tried before.
Ooh.
I think that's a really good way to end a year, is on something new. That it could be like your next favourite flavour. Because I know when I go to an ice cream shop, I always stick to the same like 3 flavour styles.
Things that you're going to
Yeah, I
get.
always stick to them. I never branch out and try crazy ice cream flavours. So please go do that. And if you find an amazing one, let us know and I'll go try it. Because I'm super keen for new ice cream flavours.
I always want to try that one. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got Smarties in. It has it's like vanilla ice cream, but it has like a tube connected to it that's full of Smarties.
Oh, wow.
And I think you somehow like pop them into the ice cream as you eat. It sounds very technical, but it looks exciting.
I have like not heard of this.
I want to eat one. I don't know what it's called.
It sounds so high tech for like an ice cream.
Everything's high tech these days, including ice creams.
The future is now.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we will see you back here in a few weeks, but make sure that you keep listening to the show with the summer sessions.
Yeah.
And have a great January.
Have a safe and happy New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Listen to our tips.
Yep.
Follow them. You'll be safe.
And party like it's 2015.